So thanks for being here as we explore effortless self-care. I want to talk a little bit about how I got here. Many of you may know that I have been in the health field for quite a long time, going on over 40 years now, actually. I started when I was 16. And my journey into the world of health started with fitness, and I eventually got a master's degree in exercise physiology and was the head fitness director for a big chain of fitness clubs here in Canada. And at the time, I just thought that fitness was just the epitome of what we needed to do in order to be healthy. And I even found myself saying things like, nutrition isn't that important. As long as you're exercising, you'll be good. So as you can probably tell, I've come a long way since then. And once my first child was born, that's when my curiosity around nutrition came in. And I dove very deeply into the world of plant-based nutrition and holistic nutrition, and even began to teach for the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition, which I've been doing now for 25 years, and wrote several books on nutrition with recipes and also a spiritual approach to health. And one of the things that I began to realize quite early on is that although we can have a lot of information around what we should be doing, and in fact, nowadays there's endless information with the internet available to us, what I find, both through my own journey, but also with working with hundreds or thousands of clients and students over the years, is that it's not so much that we don't know what we should be doing. There seems to be a gap between what we know and what we are actually doing. And I became very curious about that. First from my own explorations, and then later through what I was learning through my own explorations, I was passionate about sharing that with other people. And what I came to discover is that in our culture, we have a surplus of information available to us, and yet we also have a health deficit. And so my curiosity is towards how to bridge that gap. And there was this intuitive sense that each one of us has inside of us a guide, a compass, an inner teacher that is wanting to lead us towards choices that are both soul and body nurturing, but somehow that the voice of this inner compass, this inner guide, call it our soul, has gotten drowned out by the noise of our conditioning, of our beliefs, of all of the information out there, and the belief that the information is going to come from outside of us. And so I began to explore that more and more in my work, and eventually it has led to the development of something that I call soul coaching. And so soul is just a word that essentially identifies this inner compass, this inner knowing, this inner guide. And this inner guidance system is available to us in literally every aspect of our life. But because I myself have had such a passion around health, and there's this recognition that the health of the body is such a boon to our authentic expression, is such a boon to our capacity to show up in our lives, in our relationships with as much vitality as we need to really be there and to really be of service and to enjoy ourselves too. So this, what I'm going to be speaking about tonight is kind of a summary, an encapsulation of what I'll be sharing in a 4-week course that will start next Wednesday, where we will go more in depth into all of these topics, and not only more in depth in terms of listening to me, but what I like to do is to guide people through inner explorations, through guided journeys, where we get to navigate our inner being and learn how to make our way back to soul, how to orient towards listening to this inner guidance system. And of course, this will impact our self care choices, but it impacts literally every part of our lives.